Hi, my name is Karrie and I am going to show you how to make peasant bread today. This is the recipe that I'll be using. I'll try to take a picture of it later so that you can get the actual measurements if you don't get a chance to write them down while we're doing the recipe. I found out about this bread from my friend Cindy. This is a picture of her and I. It's a very easy bread to make. It does take some time because there's some time that it has to rise. So it looks like about 2 hours. So you're going to have to make this in advance if you're going to make it for dinner or if you're going to have someone over. So let me go over the ingredients with you. We're going to turn the camera here and show you what Okay, let me flip the camera around, and then that way we can go over the ingredients more specifically of how much you need of each. Okay, I'm back, and here's our ingredients. We need 1 package of yeast. I just emptied these out into these little bowls just so I have everything ready. The next thing is, let's see, 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is 2 teaspoons of salt. And then we've got 4 cups of flour. We also need 2 cups of warm water. So I'm going to do that kind of at the last minute so that we can make sure that the water is warm when we're mixing our ingredients. Okay, we're ready to mix our ingredients. It says place yeast, water, sugar, and salt in a warm bowl and stir until dissolved. My bowl is warm, but we'll see what happens. Okay, it says stir until everything is dissolved, but it says do not knead. So we're just going to stir this until we don't see any more of the white flour anymore. So here we go. We've got everything mixed together in a bowl, and we're going to wait an hour and cover it. So I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to put it over here, and I'm going to get a towel and get it covered. Hang on just a second. Okay, so we got it covered, and I'm going to set a timer for an hour. So we're going to go over here, set the timer. Wow, it's hard to set the timer and film at the same time. This is going to be a pretty entertaining video, I can tell already. Okay, it's pretty close to an hour. It's a little sticky. Another thing that you want to do before you bake the bread, obviously, is to set your oven at 425. But for some reason, I decided to set it 2 hours before I was going to cook it. So I'm going to turn that off now. And we'll turn that back on later when it's ready to go. Alright, so there it is rising, and I'm going to finish doing all these dishes and clean up my mess. And I'm going to take a picture here of the recipe so you can take a look at it closely. And we'll be back later when to go in the oven. Or, you know, we might even come back when we're ready for the second round of having the bread rise. Okay. Okay, we're ready for the next step of the peasant bread. It's been sitting here, wow, it's huge now. It's been sitting here rising for an hour. And so what we're going to have to do, it says that we need to flour our hands, remove the dough from the bowl, and place it in 2 rounds on lightly oiled cookie sheets sprinkled with cornmeal. Okay? So, here's the cornmeal. I got some oil. And then after we get the 2 balls of dough on the pan, we're going to lightly butter it and put some garlic salt on. So let's get that set up. I'm going to first get this out and make 2 rounds with it to put on the tray or the pan, and we'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're ready to mix our ingredients. It says place yeast, water, sugar, and salt in a warm bowl and stir until dissolved. My bowl is warm, but we'll see what happens. Okay, it says stir until everything is dissolved, but it says do not knead. So we're just going to stir this until we don't see any more of the white flour anymore. Okay, I'm going to get the dough out. Here it is, getting really big. And I'm going to flour my hands first. Oh, so it's super sticky. See? I'm going to try to make a ball with one of these. Beth, you know what? I need to put the cornmeal down. Probably should get Katie to come and help me. I'm going to shut this off. Alright, right here, Katie put some oil on the pan, vegetable oil, and then she put some of this yellow cornmeal on the pan too. So that way it won't stick, and then it'll make it taste good with the cornmeal on the bottom. So I'm going to try to get this off my hand. We can make one blob on this side. And we're going to try to get the rest of this out. Make another blob on this side. They don't have to look cute. They just taste good. It's not about cuteness. Still trying to get the rest of it out of the pan. Maybe got a little bit more yet. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to pause for a second because we're going to get all of this out of the pan, and then we're going to put some butter and some garlic salt on the top. Okay, so now I have the bread separated into 2 blobs, basically. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some butter. I'm just using the same thing that I used for the oil. I melted like about a half a stick of butter. So we're going to take some butter and we're just going to smear it on the top of this. the same on the other one. Too bad I can't just pull out ones that are done like they have on like Martha Stewart or whatever. But we aren't going to see the finished product till the end. Okay, so I got some butter on there, and now I'm going to take the garlic salt. Maybe you weren't even saying that. Maybe you were saying the happy face the whole time. He is happy though, the happy face. Alright, so we're going to put a little garlic salt on there. And now we're going to wait another hour while these puff up a bit, and then we're going to put them in the oven. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, here we are again. They've grown in size, probably doubled their size. Tip, don't put the butter and the garlic salt on before you put it in the oven. I don't know how good that is to have the butter sit there for an hour, but hopefully we'll be alive after we eat it. Alright, so now it's going to go in the oven for a few minutes. We're going to look at the temperature and how many minutes. Okay, it's going to go in for in 425 for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to reduce the temperature to 375 and then cook it for an additional 15 minutes. So 10 minutes on 425 and then 375 for 15 minutes. Alright, we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. Here's the bread. It's all done. We're getting it out. It has to cool off a little bit before we eat it.